Luciano, Ramon and Mikel in front of him. So it was a good opportunity. Obviously, we sort of made out the other week that we won't be selling him to letting him out on loan to one of our rivals, but we just felt it was too good opportunity for Billy to go and get some football. He made a desire to go out on loan and get some games, and it suits both parties really. So we'll go out until January, and then we'll just assess the situation after that.
I guess the thing with Brighton is they're dropping away from the playoffs, obviously, but they're playing against a lot of teams that could be up there challenging yourselves. So I suppose Billy could do you a favour.
Well, that's right, and but the first and foremost is to try and get Billy Paynter some games. And score a few goals for himself, and sort of get back into the routine of doing things on a Saturday. Because there's nothing worse for players when you've been used to playing on a regular basis, and Saturday comes along and you're not involved. So yeah, we've looked at it, and we're not saying that Brighton not going to be one of our rivals, but they were the only ones who came up with the right package and everything, and we just felt it was a good opportunity for both parties to do it.
I guess the way it's gone for him, injury beginning of last season, scoring just one goal, it was always going to be difficult, I guess, for him to get it going again here. With a fresh start, I mean, he could really sort of enjoy that.
Well, exactly, and you never know what's around the corner with it, and we're not certainly sending him out on loan and dispatching him to Brighton for any other reason to go and play some football, get a bit of confidence and up and maybe score a few goals. So he's still under contract here, he's still got a part to play. We'll just see the situation when he goes down there, see how well he does, and see what the situation is when he comes back.
I guess you very much assess this in January. I mean, if Brighton made a move or something, you'd obviously be considering that.
Yeah, look, there's close to being a deal done in August on deadline day, but things never progressed as for both parties. But no, I think it's just an ideal situation for him, and as I said, we've got players who are playing in front of him at this moment of time. It's been great to work with over the last few weeks and months, even though he's been frustrated about not being involved, and he deserves an opportunity to go and get some games at the Championship club.
Anything else going on, ins or outs?
Not at the moment, no. It certainly won't be any ins, because I feel that we've got a squad that's good enough to compete. We've showed that over the last few weeks. Doesn't mean to say that we're not looking. Obviously, a window will shut, I think, the back end of November for that Christmas period. So we've got to make sure that we've got one eye on any loan markets if and when required. We're looking into the transfer market for the January window as well. So no, there won't be any incomings. Outgoings, one or two again have inquired about one or two other players. We'll assess that situation, but there's been no firm offers of what they wanted to do with them.
I guess by this stage you've done quite a bit of your groundwork, haven't you, for January already? I mean, every club's in the same boat. You've got to be prepared to pounce.
Yeah, you've got to be proactive rather than reactive. You've got to make sure that you've got all your positions covered, and we know the players that may be available, players that we may be able to target in that January window. So again, it'll all depend on how well the squad are done, how well individuals are doing within it all, and if there's an opportunity to go and make the squad better in January, then we'll try and do that. But that's a bit away, but we obviously are having our scouts out watching individuals, teams, and both home and abroad to try and get best players available out there.
So no real surprise that Darren O'Dea and then the Keogh have continued, being called up to the squad for these playoff games. And I know they haven't featured too much really for Ireland, but I guess for you it'd be quite good for them to be involved in sort of big and high pressure games.
But it's a great experience for them, isn't it, as well? Just being in around the squad. Darren played on the Friday night and then was left out on the Tuesday night of the last international fixtures. Andy'd been around it, but I think Andy's, with him playing a lot more regular first-team football, will certainly come to the forefront of that Irish squad in this next run of games, because obviously there's been linked with one or two players who've out injured at this moment in time, and Andy's certainly been on the top of his game, and it wouldn't be surprising if he's starting in that basically a real crunch game, crunch 2 games for the Republic. So we'll wish them well when they go away. Obviously we've got 3 games before that happens, and once they go away, hopefully they come back fit and ready to go for our first game after the international break.
And likewise, you'd expect a chance for Ross McCormack to be involved for Scotland?
Well, again, he's done ever so well, got the goals, got the performances. That's down to Craig to decide what he's going to do, and Craig knows what he's capable of doing, and I'm sure if asked the question, would Ross go and join it with the Scottish squad, I'm sure he would do.
Injury-wise, I mean, you've got any problems from the other night? I mean, how's Robert Snodgrass after the game as well?
Yeah, he's still a little bit stiff in his back area. One or two other lads took a couple of whacks the other night, because I felt the other night that we really sort of worked extremely hard. We kept on taking the game to him, we were closing him down, we were tackling, we were going in for balls that maybe weren't in our favour at times and coming out with the ball. And I thought with the attitude and application was really good from the players tonight, without really sort of getting the just rewards. But that can happen in football. We kept the ball well without really sort of hurting them too much.
Around the Championship on Yorkshire Radio.
Tuesday saw Stengor